Hey guys, welcome back to another Roblox video tutorial. Today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a loading screen. And before we get started, I just want to show you how this is going to look. Alright, so as you can see guys, um, so this is how it works. So you get in, right, obviously just like this. And as you can see, it will start loading. Um, it will do a little loading and once it loads, it will fade you into the game, as you can see. Now we can play, and yes, that's how it works. Okay, now let me show you how to make it. This is really simple, first of all. But before we start, please leave a like and subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. That'll be a huge milestone and a really big accomplishment. So please subscribe. And without being said, let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is insert a screen GUI into starter GUI, and just go into properties and make sure that the screen GUI has ignore GUI set. Um, Ignore GUI inset. Just click check it, make it true, and that would just make sure that it's covering the whole screen. Okay, now what we need to do now is we just gotta we gotta open it, insert a frame, and rename this frame background like this. Oops. Back and then ground. Just like this, background. And you want the size to be 1, 0, 1, 0. So it's 1, 0, 1, 0. Alright, 1, 0, 1, 0. Alright, and that will fill it up the whole screen. As you can see, 1, 0, 1, 0, and that will fill up the whole screen. Now I will make it blue. I really like blue, so I'll give it that nice color like that. Alright, that looks nice. Okay. And now inside of that background, insert I'm gonna add a gradient just so that it looks nice. So just like that. And I just want to change that color to like blue and white, something like that. Like, there we go, that looks nice. Kind of like a fade screen. I might rotate it. I'm gonna give it a 90-degree rotation. That way it's downwards like that. Alright, so that looks nice because now it's got like a little gradient, little fade. And now inside of background, you want to insert something called frame, and you're gonna rename it to bar. Bar, just like that. Bar. Alright, so now this is how it works. Okay, so the bar is what is going to the bar is what is going to do the effect of the loading. So we're just simply gonna put it around here, something there. We just scale it like that. And now the problem with just scaling is that if you switch over to another device, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna look kind of weird, right? So you don't want that. You don't want that at all, because you want it to be the same for all devices, right? You don't want it to be off. Okay, so I'm gonna make it gray, just because I was trying out this how it looks and everything before the tutorial, and I think gray looks really nice. So I'm just gonna put it right here. We don't want it to look like this, so the size we're gonna change it. All right, we're gonna do the size shown on screen, which is this one right here. It's this one right here. So it's 0.469, 0, 0.078, 0. That's just kind of little soft little bar. You can scale it a little bigger if you want. I kind of like it like this. So yeah, it's like shown on screen. You can copy that and put it into there. Okay, so now inside of as you can see, now it looks good on every device. So inside of the bar, okay, you're gonna insert another frame, and this one's gonna be called filler. So rename filler. Now I'm gonna rename it filler because this one is going to be the one that fills in the bar. So just simply change it to the size shown on screen, which is just really simple. It is a 0, 0, 1, 0. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it really small. So you can see, really, really small. And it's going to fit to the position. Now this is where you can change the color and everything. Personally, I like it to be like orange. So I'm just going to put orange. Maybe yellow, maybe whatever. Really, it doesn't matter what you put it, but I like when it has like gradient and stuff. So I'm gonna insert a UI gradient so that it does that nice little um, color effect. I want it to be orange like that, and just give it a little fade like that. And we're just gonna close it. Let's see how it looks by simply scaling it higher, scaling it bigger, changing the size. Just see how it's going to look. As you can see, it's just orange, and it's gonna fade to it's red, and it's gonna fade to orange. So that's nice. And now inside of the filler, you don't got to do anything. All right. So now inside of background, add a button, right? Button, and I mean not a button, a text label, right? And then you're gonna kind of put it inside of here, because I want this to be the percentage of the load. So you're just gonna rename it percentage, like that, percentage. All right, or actually just rename it percent, just so that it's not that long and difficult. Percent, like that. All right, and that's it. That's really simple. Okay, and that's really all you gotta do. All right, but as you can see, this is not going to look good on a mobile device. So what you gotta do is put the size I'm about to give you guys on screen, which is the one I use. You can change it and everything, but insert the size and then change it because you want it to look good on every single device. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do 1, 0, 1, 0. It's gonna fill in a lot, right? But you don't want it to be this big, so you can simply scale it. Okay, kind of place it around wherever you want. Scale it however you want. I might put it here. And then you want to turn background transparency to 1. You want to do text scaled right here. And you want to change the color to maybe white. I like white, so we'll do that. That'll look nice. And text stroke transparency to 0. Then you want to change the number, right? And then you want to make the text say 0 and then a percent number. Just like that. Alright, so that's gonna make it load. Really nice. Alright. Now you might be wondering what's next. Okay. And we don't gotta do anything anymore on the inside of the thing, inside of the bar. Inside of the bar, you don't gotta do anything anymore. So inside of the bar is just the thingy. And actually, change the parent of the percent. Simply drag it and drop it into the bar. So drag it into the bar. That way it's in here. And scale it. You want to have it in the bar. So when you close the bar, it should disappear. Alright, simple. Okay, now close bar and insert a text label. Okay, rename the text label to title. Just like that. That's gonna be the title. It's gonna be your game title. Okay, and you're gonna change the size to the one shown on screen. It's going to be on screen for you guys. So I'm gonna say it out loud too. It's 0.420. I mean 0.428. Oh my god, I keep messing up. It's 0.482, 0, 0.278, 0. And I'm just gonna scale it like this. You can obviously kind of scale it however you want, but you gotta make sure that you can see it the same on every device. So it really, this doesn't have to be like this doesn't got to be anything like anything um different. I'm just gonna change the font to sans bold because I like that font. Maybe like maybe whatever you want. This really depends because it's gonna be like your logo, your screen, your name, whatever you want. So I'm just gonna look for one that looks nice. I'm gonna go for cotton bold maybe. That'll look nice. Where's cotton bold? Um, I usually use that one. It's really nice. There it is. Cotton bold. There we go. All right. So now, so I'm gonna rename this just um, um, test game. I'm gonna change the color to white. I'm gonna make the background transparency to 1, and I'm going to make text scale. So you can see, now we got our thing. Now I'm actually just gonna duplicate it. So I'm gonna duplicate it, right? And then I'm gonna put it inside of title. Now this is gonna be called shadow. Just to give it that nice shadow effect. I'm gonna put it on the back. Like that. Maybe scale a little bit. There. And change the color to black. Now, you don't want it to look like that. You want this to be in front. So go into the title and change it to, change syntax property to 2. Maybe 10, something. That simply just changes the position. Now, I don't know why it's not working for me right now. That's kind of weird. But you know what? If you want, I can change it. I'll change it real quick. Give me 1 sec. I'll change the shadow to white and the title to black. There we go. And yeah, you can do whatever you want with this. It's really your choice of whatever you want. I just put a shadow so that I gave it like a little bit of like, you know, a little bit of nice details, you know what I mean? Add some nice detail. Alright, there we go. Alright, there. Okay, now this is where we get into the scripting part. Change the screen GUI name to loading. Okay, and now this is where we get into the scripting. Inside of the loading GUI, insert a local script. Now this is what's going to script the whole thing, the whole this is what's going to make the whole GUI work. So we're gonna start out by, I'm gonna zoom in real quick so you guys can see. I'm gonna put a local GUI equals script.parent, and then we're gonna do local background equals, and then we're gonna say GUI, and we're gonna do find first child, wait for child, actually that'll work a little better, and we're gonna do background. And that is because we have our frame called background inside of the GUI. Okay, so now let's say local, okay, and then we'll say bar equals background, and we're gonna say wait for child, and then we're gonna say bar. So that way, because inside of our background we have a bar frame, so we're just gonna say bar, and we're gonna enter, and we're gonna say local, and then we're gonna say filler, and we're gonna say equals bar wait for child, and we're gonna say filler, because we have our property, we have we have our filler inside of our bar. So these are just last variable right here, percent. I'm gonna put percentage like that, and then we're gonna say equals bar, and we're gonna say wait for child, and now we're gonna say um, percent, um, because that is the title percent. All right, so now we're done with the variables. Now we're gonna say wait 5, and then we're gonna say for I, comma, no, for I equals 1, comma 1,100 actually, because 1,000 will be a lot. Do okay, and we're gonna say wait. We're gonna say 0.04, just so it gives enough time for us to do this. And we're gonna say percentage dot text. All right, and then we're gonna say equals I, and we're gonna say dot dot, and we're gonna say and we're gonna say that little percentage symbol, just like that. All right, and that's really easy. That's all we gotta do. And we're gonna say another variable right here. It's gonna be formula. Okay, formula equals I, and then slash, and then 100. Alright, so now this is going to be a little weird. It's filler, and then tween service. Tween size. What am I saying? Tween size. Okay, so now this is going to change the size of the bar. UDM, and then 2 dot new. Okay, then you're going to say formula. Okay, comma 0, comma 1, comma 0. Okay, and then you're gonna step out, and then comma enum, and then dot easing direction dot out. Okay, and then you're gonna say comma enum dot easing style dot linear. And then you're gonna say comma 0.1, comma true. Okay, perfect. Now if I equals 34, or I equals 67, or I equals, you really can put anything. In this case, I'm gonna put maybe 42, and then 69, maybe, just to show you guys that you could do whatever you want with this. Maybe 91 or something, you know what I mean? And you're gonna say then, okay, and you're gonna say wait, and then you're gonna wait whatever you want. I'm gonna put 1 so that it's not too much. Okay, now out of these, okay, now that's just gonna scale the bar. So now you're gonna do local tween, okay, equals game dot tween service, like this, tween service. You're gonna say 2 dots create, and that's really nice. GUI. Okay, so now this is GUI fade. So we're gonna add a fade. Simply insert a loading. Inside of loading, insert a frame, and rename it fade, like this. And then you're going to change the size to 1, 0, 1, 0, and change the color to black. Perfect. That's all you gotta do. Back to the script, GUI, and then you're gonna say dot fade. Okay, and then you're gonna say comma tween info, actually tween info, just like this. Dot new. And then you're gonna say 1.5, comma enum dot easing style. Okay, yeah, easing style dot linear. Okay, comma enum dot easing direction dot out. There, that's gonna make it go like that. And then you want to add a comma, and then you want to do a space. One in between of these two, then these right here, and then you're gonna say background, transparency. Okay, and then you're gonna say equals 0. Alright, there we go. That's all you gotta do. Now, you want to hit enter, and you want to do tween, 2 dots, play, just like that. And then you're gonna do, you're gonna say tween dot completed, just like this. And then you're gonna say 2 dots, wait, just like that. Perfect. Now we're gonna say GUI dot background dot visible equals false. Alright, and now we're gonna say wait 2. I'm gonna put 2 because I wanted to like have that little effect thing. So you're gonna say tween equals game dot tween service, and then you're gonna say 2 dots create, and this right here is simply going to be the same thing. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is you're gonna simply grab this from up here and all of this to here and simply paste it in here, but change the 0 to 1. Perfect. What that's gonna do is it's going to make it so that the fade screen appears. It's going to have that little effect that it's fading, and then it's going to change the background transparency back. Alright, so now say tween, same thing, and then you're gonna say play. Make sure this is spelled correctly, and then you're gonna say tween, 2 dots, and then say, I mean, not 2 dots, dot completed, just like up here, completed, and say 2 dots, and then say wait, and same thing. Okay, so now we're about to be finished. Say game dot starter GUI, and then you're gonna say set core GUI enabled enum dot core GUI type, and say dot all, and say comma false. That's gonna disable all of the top bar things. Wait 1, and say GUI, and say destroy. Perfect. We're done with our script. Now let's see how it works. Now make sure that the fade screen transparency is set back to 0. I mean set back to 1. Make sure it's 1, that way you can see through it. Alright. Rename this local script that we just scripted client. Okay. And we're done. Let's hit play and see how this works. Okay, so you can see test game. It starts loading. It loads. It's gonna do the fade, and it's gonna fade out. And as you can see, we've done it. Yay! That's nice, right? Now, I actually did this backwards because now we don't have the bar. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna go back to the started GUI, and you're gonna click on client. And as you can see right here, where it says right here where it says wave 5, okay. Inside of the wave 5, I want you to click this one right here and paste it here. game.startGUI set core GUI enabled enum.core GUI type all, and then change it to false. And now the one before the wait, change it to true. Okay, so what that does is once you spawn in, it's going to close your GUIs from the top right here. So you can see I have my all the GUIs and everything, the leaderboard and everything, right? It disappears once you start loading, so that it does that, right? And then once your thingy goes off, right, they will pop back on. So you can see now we have them back. And that is how you guys make a loading screen in Roblox Studio. Now I would leave, I'm gonna leave the uncopylocked plays down in the description. That way you guys go in and check it out. And if you guys want to learn how to script it, you want to try and script it, you can copy it from the video, or you can go into the description and edit the place that I leave. Alright guys, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!